Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the town board meeting. Would everyone, I'd like to call the meeting to order, where everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Accept the meeting minutes first. I'd like to have a motion and a motion to accept the meetings for the 11th and 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prusakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye.
Sarah, let the record reflect, although I was here for the August 11th, I was not present for the August 21st meeting.
Noted.
Thank you.
I'd like to have a motion to add Resolution 9-8-21 of 25 to the dais.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Greg. Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prusakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye. Do any of the town board members have any conflict of interest regarding any of the items listed on tonight's meeting agenda?
No.
No.
No?
No.
No. All right, I'd like to move towards the workshop. Okay, Hudson Duchess.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thanks for having me here tonight. Sarah, thank you for all your coordination. I appreciate it. Greetings, I am Beth Ann Canero. I'm a Marine veteran of 21 years, having retired in August of 2021.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, my pleasure. I currently support veterans, families, and their caregivers as a veteran service officer and the outreach coordinator at the Office of Veterans Affairs for Dutchess County with Adam Roach. I'm thrilled to begin this call to action with your community. You are one of 30 communities I'm meeting with over the next 3 to 4 months to have the same type of presentation for in order to do things better for our veterans, in addition to keep up with what we've been doing, and you'll see that later on in the presentation. This presentation isn't long, hopefully no longer than 15 minutes. If you open up the green folder, please take out the brief that's on the right side pocket. That is my call to action brief, a pitch deck, so to speak. The other brief, which is on the left side, just shows you exactly what we offer, but we won't go through those tonight. You can read those at your leisure. It's everything that the county helps veterans, families, and caregivers with. All right? So if you look at the title slide, the Dutchess County Office of Veterans Affairs sets a clear mission to maximize what veterans have earned in their service to our country. This simple but powerful statement sets the tone for all the office's efforts. It emphasizes that veterans are not being granted favors, but are rightfully claiming benefits earned through their service. Our mission also conveys accountability. The office positions itself as a partner and advocates helping veterans navigate complex systems at the federal, state, and county levels in order to obtain every available resource that they have earned. By leading with our mission, the office anchors its work in service, respect, and duty. If you turn to the next slide after the title slide, and I'll follow along with you as well. Dutchess County Veterans Affairs Office acts as a local bridge to federal VA benefits, New York State programs, and county-level support. We are trusted veteran service officers guiding veterans and families through benefits that range from health care and disability compensation to housing and employment assistance. Importantly, our office serves as a welcoming and supportive place countering the idea that government agencies are impersonal. This sets up a strong foundation for trust and accessibility. The next slide, about us. Dutchess County Veterans Office I just read that one. The Dutchess County Office of Veterans Affairs sets a clear mission. I want to underscore our office's dedication to personalized support. Veterans, families, and caregivers are encouraged to seek guidance with assurance that the staff will listen, answer questions, and work effectively to address concerns. We have a duty to assist and a duty to inform. That is what we are charged with as veteran service officers by the federal VA. Responsibilities that we do not take lightly. Services span across federal, state, and county benefits, making the office a one-stop resource. We emphasize dignity and respect, which is vital in fostering trust among veterans who may feel alienated by the bureaucracy. Our office is more than an administrative center. It is a community hub for care and connection. If we turn to the next slide, you're going to meet our team. I want to introduce our team, as knowing our faces builds credibility and humanizes the office. You see that we cover a broad scope of roles and responsibilities. Director, Deputy Director, Veteran Service Officers, Outreach Coordinator, Secretary, and Program Assistants. Demonstrates that a full staff is dedicated to all the veterans' needs. This transparency invites veterans to connect personally, knowing real people are behind the services. Highlighted by seeing our faces and knowing our roles displays the breadth of our experience and shows that outreach is a priority, not an afterthought. By giving veterans faces and names, the office fosters approachability. The next slide, traction. This is our relentless and dedicated work to date. Here are key metrics from 2020 through mid-2025 are showcased. It outlines the number of veterans and families we have served, new clients enrolled, and services delivered. It also highlights top services such as disability compensation and pension, and less utilized one like the New York State benefits for Gold Star annuity, blind annuity, and supplemental burial benefits. These statistics prove impact and growth, reinforcing the office's credibility. By including the wartime era breakdowns, the slide reveals trends. For instance, the prominence of Vietnam veterans compared to declining World War II and Korean veteran populations. You will note that for 2025, we are on track to serve about 5,000 veterans and about 2,400 family members while providing services to maybe 400 new veterans. Overall, the data illustrates both success and continuing challenges. Please also take note that we need to reach the veterans and family members of both the Persian Gulf and Afghanistan wartime eras. These veterans represent our younger veterans. They are transitioning from military service and desperately trying to find their niche in civilian world. It's hard, it's frustrating, and it's demoralizing for some. And we recognize that the younger veterans feel as if they cannot wrap their heads around the fact that these benefits exist for them too. We need to reach them in your community. I have a set of data here for Hyde Park, and please, if the data is incorrect, just let me know. I pulled it from a 2023 census report, and it says about you have about 45 to 60 veterans living here in Hyde Park. We want to reach all of them, and some of them may have come into our office to begin with. My job is to check that and to see if they did. And if they didn't, my job is to try to reach them with your help. Okay? If you move on to the next slide, our goal. We want to serve more veterans. Now we move from reporting to our ambition. With 13,500 veterans estimated in Dutchess County, the office acknowledges that many remain unreached. Some barriers include lack of awareness, stigma, complexity of systems, and geographic or mental health challenges, trust issues, and transition challenges. The consequences of these gaps, poverty, homelessness, and isolation, make the case for urgent outreach. The discussion here is about responsibility. We recognize the stakes of inaction, and we are positioning ourselves to tackle these barriers head on with your help. The benefits earned can mitigate the negative consequences. An outward, collaborative approach to our outreach efforts demonstrates our unified commitment to serving our veterans and their families with regards to federal, state, and county benefits, in addition to the local events that you do put on for veterans and their families. If you look at the next slide, closing the gap. How are we going to do this? To address gaps, our office presents a clear strategy as it aims to reduce confusion, broaden communication, and simplify access. Target audiences include veterans, family caregivers, municipalities like yourself, nonprofits, and veteran community organizations. We're trying to hit the whole breadth and scope of this county and everywhere that veterans go. The approach is inclusive, recognizing that a supportive ecosystem is critical. Our outcomes are tangible, reducing poverty, improving quality of life, and combating loneliness. Importantly, it emphasizes meeting veterans where they are at, signifying flexibility and a proactive outreach mindset. Hence, while I'm here, I will be the one traveling throughout your communities for as long as I can. This demonstrates by our example that we mean what we say, and our office aims to be in your community more often. Later in the presentation, you will hear about some initiatives to do just that. Meet veterans and families where they're at. Take a look at the next slide. This is just a list of the federal VA benefits. The other presentation you have in your folder actually describes every single federal VA benefit that we help veterans and families with in the office. And it's what I hope to work with your town clerks, Ms. Sarah Holman, with in getting on your website. So we are on federal VA benefits. The section summarizes the breadth of benefits: healthcare, pensions, disability compensation, education, careers and training, employment, housing, life insurance, burials and memorials, family and caregiver programs, and the promise to address comprehensive toxics, i.e. the PACT Act of August 10th, 2022. Within some benefits, the requirement to have served in a wartime era is mandated. By laying out these categories, we want to reinforce our role as the guide through this complex system and the myriad of benefits that veterans have earned through their service. Veterans are reminded that benefits cover multiple aspects of life, and they don't need to navigate them alone, and they don't just need to have a disability to use them. A lot of veterans say, and you'll hear it, I'm fine, I'm healthy, I don't need anything. The benefits are for somebody else who's more injured than I am, who's more sick than I am. That's not true. Every veteran earned every single one of these benefits. If you turn the slide, you'll see what else Dutchess County offers for its veterans. Beyond federal programs, Dutchess County, the Office of Veterans Affairs, also assists with New York State benefits, such as property tax exemptions, which I'm sure you've seen come through this office, the blind annuity program, supplemental burial allowances, and reduced fee licenses. County-specific programs include the Honor a Veteran program, the Favored Discount Card, transportation services, Hometown Heroes, and referrals to the local housing and mental health programs, especially Mental Health of America Veterans programs, co-located with us in Pleasant Valley at the Veterans One Stop. By integrating local and state offerings, the office demonstrates a holistic approach, ensuring veterans are supported across all levels of government. We remain that comprehensive navigator for benefits that might otherwise be overlooked or unknown to veterans. Rest assured that when a veteran walks into our office with their family, with their or the caregiver walks in, we are ready to walk them through what they have earned. So now this is why I'm here. It's our call to action. It's something new that we're started here at the Dutchess County Veterans Affairs Office. Now it's time to act. Let's move from service delivery to engagement. Our call to action encourages deeper collaboration with municipalities, nonprofits, and veteran organizations, all working collaboratively. The goal is to extend reach, create networks of awareness, and ensure consistent communication channels. We reinforce the message that veterans' issues cannot be solved in isolation, but require a collective effort. Right now, let's set the stage for partnership-based approach. On the next slide, the baseline call to action for partners outlines those first steps. Here we lay out a practical action plan for municipalities and organizations throughout the county. Some of these initiatives you're already doing. I'm here to reinforce them anyway. Recommendations include designating a veteran liaison within your municipality to work with me, promoting benefits through newsletters, town hall veteran community bulletin board, an enhanced veteran landing page on your municipality website, hosting outreach events, and supporting transportation initiatives. We want to stress integrating services, sharing success stories, and making veteran referrals routine, or making it routine for veterans and families to have that one municipality stop where they can find all information and make appointments to our office. Hopefully we can make that spot here. Suggestions for innovative measures to enhance our collaborative opportunities include Veterans Benefit Counselor Days. I will take my services to this town to sit with a veteran and counsel them on their benefits and submit their claim if need be. Yeah, I just need a spot to do it. You have microgrant opportunities, which I know you're aware of, and educational workshops I can give working with your VFW and American Legion. This is our baseline operational blueprint: clear, actionable, and scalable. I also want to highlight that I know that Hyde Park is doing a lot for its veterans. I know that you plan for the Memorial Day and the Veterans Day. Hometown Heroes is proudly displayed throughout the community, which I love looking at when I run through the town. I'm a resident of Hyde Park myself. I know that you have the MHA info on the website, which we really appreciate. And I know you have a Veterans Affairs Committee, which I hope to work with even further, led by Craig Elderkin, is what I gathered from your website, if he's still here. And thankfully, you have Facebook pages for MHA, American Legion, Hometown Heroes, the VFW, and the Dutchess County Office of Veterans Affairs. I think that's great. I want to give you more. And I think what I give you will be that little key that gets veterans into our office. All right? So moving forward, to expand impact, we propose innovative outreach strategies on moving forward. The next slide, creative outreach strategy. These include pop-up resource lounges where I can meet with veterans and counsel them. Storytelling projects, which is more of a getting veterans out of their safe zone of their homes. Mobile service days, all come to your area. And passport incentives, which I can work with MHA on. On the tech side, we propose including a veteran text alert system, interactive benefit navigator tools, and social media collaborations. Community-driven initiatives like business spotlights, faith partnerships, and youth mentorships are also included. These creative approaches demonstrate adaptability, aiming to meet veterans where they live, work, and socialize, as we recognize that different wartime eras of veterans enjoy different aspects of life. The Vietnam veteran is much different from today's veteran, but we all have that one common ground of having served in a wartime era. As such, we want to make our creative efforts that reach them as dynamic as operational feasible to execute. With that, on the last slide, summarizing it all, we bring this discussion full circle. Our office's mission is to safeguard veterans' rights and ensure timely access to benefits that they have earned. We do want to stress the urgency of filing claims quickly due to time limits on some benefits. The first step is to make the call to our office. The veterans will be required to complete a veteran data sheet, a disclosure form, and provide discharge documents. Our clear instructions regarding making appointments, phone contact, and visiting Veterans One Stop ensures accessibility. Again, this message is of urgency paired with support. The inclusion of a survey and data sheet links encourages feedback and ongoing connection, which is included in that long brief that I gave you, which could go on the website. And those blue links are links that veterans can click on to check out any one of those benefits, fill out our survey, and make an appointment. With that, please recognize that my position at the Dutchess County Office of Veterans Affairs exists to serve you now, the communities, in as much as I'm serving the veterans and their families and their caregivers. The community that serves our veterans is much needed, and we very much appreciate all your efforts that you've done to date. I want to remain engaged with you as well as practical. Here you see my contact information, reinforcing that I, as well as the office, is ready to help. I end my presentation with a note of gratitude for allowing me to talk to you today, taking up your time. And I want to leave with a positive impression with actionable next steps. So there is a survey there, and if I could call you, Sarah, in the future, I will walk you through what we would like to do with that. And if you could consider if I could work with either your Veterans Affairs Committee or one individual on that board, I can send all information to that person as well, and we can get this going.
Straight behind.
Oh, right. Nice to meet you. With that, if you have any questions, I'm available. If not, I did leave a brochure of our services on the table along with my contact card and the Veterans Crisis Line. Again, thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you all in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, very good.
Just one thing, we do have, Beth Ann, we do have Community Day in Hyde Park this Saturday, so if you want us to distribute, we'll have a town board table there. Town table,
All
yeah.
right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. We do love that. Okay. I need a motion to open the public hearing regarding local law of 2025, local law amending Chapter 108 zoning of the Code and Town of Hyde Park to provide for the review and approval of memory care facility. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Will the clerk take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine,
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilman Campus,
Aye.
Councilman Pruskowski,
Aye.
and Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Town Clerk Sarah Homo will read the public hearing as it appeared in the newspaper.
Town of Hyde Park, notice of public hearing. Please take notice that the Town Board of the Town of Hyde Park shall conduct a public hearing on the Local Law D of 2025, a local law amending Chapter 108 zoning of the Code of the Town of Hyde Park to provide for the review and approval of memory care facilities on September 8, 2025 at 6:05 p.m. at the Hyde Park Town Hall, located at 4383 Albany Post Road, Hyde Park, New York, 12538. All persons desiring to be heard on the proposed local law shall be given an opportunity to do so at the said public hearing. A copy of the proposed local law is on file at the office of the town clerk during regular business hours, as well as the Town of Hyde Park official website, www.hydeparkny.us. By the order of the Town Board of the Town of Hyde Park, dated August 13th, 2025, Hyde Park, New York, Sarah Holman, Town Clerk.
Did the town clerk receive any public comments prior to the meeting?
I did not.
Okay, may I have a motion to close the public hearing? Someone wants to comment on it?
Yeah.
Okay, we have any comments on that?
We've got to keep the public hearing open anyway, because I think we're still waiting to hear back from the county, so don't close the public hearing.
Okay. Cannot close the public hearing because we haven't heard back from the county. So.
The town planning board.
Town planning board.
Gotcha.
Wait, did you say county?
I did, I misspoke.
Okay.
It was my fault.
Those names.
Town planning. Right, so I think the applicant's council's right on, she wants to say anything. The applicant's council is here, she wants to say anything. Adjourn the public hearing until next week. No, I mean, does she want to make it, does she have any comments? Jennifer had comments, does she have any comments? She might today. If not, that's fine. There's no other comments, just adjourn the public hearing over to our meeting next week.
Jennifer, you have any comments?
Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to briefly summarize the detailed presentation that Christopher Hahn made to this board on April 14th. And anyone is free to watch that on the town website. The purpose of this law is to allow something that's greatly needed in this town and in every town, and that is small memory care facilities. These are very different than assisted living facilities or other residential care facilities, as the occupants of memory care are not people who choose to move in wherever they're going to move in. They don't take cars and drive. This is something that's heavily emphasizes the care aspect of memory care. These are defined as commercially operated facilities, which is not an accessory or adjunct component of an assisted living facility or nursing home, duly licensed, and providing 24-hour per day care and condition management in a secured access setting for those experiencing Alzheimer's or other dementias, and require such a specialized and secured setting to avoid potential risk of harm to themselves and or others. A memory care facility may also provide daycare for such individuals as an additional service. However, a key aspect and requirement of these memory care facilities is that the total number of persons receiving care is 40 persons, and that includes those having 24-hour per day care, as well as anyone receiving daycare. So there's no fear of being overrun by large facilities. And I would also mention that the proposed location of these facilities is presently proposed to be the same districts that allow residential care facilities, which tend to be much larger. If there were to be larger memory care facilities which are operated in conjunction with residential care facilities, those would continue to be processed under the predominant use, which is the residential care facility. So these are some of the details. Every memory care facility would be proposed to require special permit review by the planning board. But I think that summarizes it. But as to the heart and soul of the proposed memory care facility, which is very anxious to move into Hyde Park, I'd refer to Chris Hahn's presentation, and he would certainly have been here tonight, but he's out of the country. And I think there will be an adjournment of this public hearing, and I'm sure he'll appear at the next session of the public hearing. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. We're
Okay,
good.
thank you.
Thank you.
And you are correct. Do we have any comments regarding this? None? Then we're going to leave the public hearing open until, what?
If you wait long enough, someone eventually
Yeah,
raises
sorry.
Oh,
I actually remember that presentation. That was back in April, yeah.
Can you come up to the microphone?
Oh, yes. This one?
Yep. I
Just put your name in.
Yeah.
sorry, Marlon Castro. I was just saying that I actually remember that presentation, and it was pretty detailed and elaborate. I think there was only one thing that I was curious about. I don't know if it could be spoken to, but the expertise of that, I think this was going to be the first of its kind. I don't know if that was a fact, something that was stated during the presentation, but if this is the first of its kind, like what expertise was behind it? And I'm sure the young lady can kind of speak to that.
Sure. I believe what Chris Hahn said is that this would be the first facility of its kind in the Hudson Valley. Mr. Hahn and his associate Celia Baruchin, Chris has operated facilities predominantly in Texas and in the Midwest for over 25 years, and is bringing to the state of New York 4 facilities, and I respectfully submit that the town of Hyde Park is lucky that he's chosen to propose to locate one here. But there is, of course, very heavy regulations of the state of New York as to whom must be employed and the qualifications that they must have. And I think the other unusual thing that might be mentioned about Mr. Hahn's proposal for his employees is that what he does now and what he intends to do is attract the best employees by giving them cycles of work and allowing them opportunities to engage in other self-restorative functions in periods of time, to have enough employees to be able to do that. So I'm sure that when Chris is here, he'll elaborate on the specifics of it, but this is a very experienced operator.
And happy to give you more details on that.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, it's all.
Oh, okay.
I do have a question as well. I want to talk about affordability. Is it because it's private pay, correct? Is the memory care facilities private pay?
Yes, it's going to be private pay, and it's going to be market rate. It's not a Maserati product. It's
Yeah,
going to be
right.
something that, of course, these facilities are expensive because of the intensity of the care, but it's something that is in the market
Okay.
as far as the price.
So people that live in Hyde Park would be able to afford.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's my main concern. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think I'll stay here in case there's any other questions. Okay, thank you.
Okay, anybody else have any questions? So Jennifer doesn't have to get up 3 more times. Okay, where are we going now? Public hearing. We did that. This is leaving the public hearing open, adjourning right now.
We're leaving the public hearing open so we can get back comments from planning board. And also there's a couple of changes, there's a small changes to what was proposed that have to be made, nothing significant.
Yes.
So then we can just adjourn that and go to the next one.
Right.
No.
Okay. Local Law J of 2025, local law to amend the zoning map.
Yep, he's mentioned it's adjourned, yep.
Yes. Amend the zoning map to rezone the parcel located at 532 Salt Point Turnpike, Hyde Park, New York, tax parcel ID 1332000-6263-03-421439 from Greenbelt District to Neighborhood Business District. May I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Will the clerk take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine,
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilman Campus,
Aye.
Councilman Brusikowski,
Aye.
and Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Does the clerk have, will the clerk please read the public hearing as it appeared in the newspaper?
Town of Hyde Park, notice of public hearing. Please take notice that the town board of the Town of Hyde Park shall conduct a public hearing on Local Law J of 2025, a local law to amend the zoning map to rezone the parcel located at 532 Salt Point Turnpike, Hyde Park, New York. Tax parcel number ID 133206303421439 from the Greenbelt District to the Neighborhood Business District on September 8th, 2025 at 6:05 p.m. at the Hyde Park Town Hall located at 4383 Albany Post Road, Hyde Park, New York, 12538. All persons desiring to be heard on the proposed local law shall be given an opportunity to do so at the said public hearing. A copy of the proposed local law is on file at the office of the town clerk during regular business hours, as well as the Town of Hyde Park official website, www.hydeparkny.us by the order of the Town Board of the Town of Hyde Park dated August 13th, 2025, Hyde Park, New York, Sarah Holman, Town Clerk.
Did the clerk receive any public comments prior to the meeting?
I did not.
You have anything to say?
Good evening. Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Just a note, we did provide the green cards to the town clerk, evidencing the circulation of this public hearing notice in accordance with the town code. So we provided her with the green cards.
Yep, I received it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If you'd like, I can just do a very brief presentation on what we're proposing, so it's available to the public. This particular property is located on Salt Point Turnpike. For those who know the area, it's really immediately opposite Cream Street, which is where the old former firehouse used to be. And the property is approximately 6.2 acres. The property is in the Greenbelt zoning district. And we are proposing to, or requesting to rezone that property to the neighborhood district. This map is pretty telling. We have given the town board and the planning board a lot of information to digest, but I think a picture's worth 1,000 words, and this map really illustrates what we're proposing. On this plan, the green area represents the parcels that are in the Greenbelt district, and the pink represents parcels that are currently in the neighborhood business district. The red represents properties that have either legally or legally non-conforming or illegally transitioned from residential to commercial properties. So there are several properties along this area of Salt Point Turnpike that are operating in the Greenbelt district but being used for commercial purposes. We see this a lot with hamlets. Everyone knows I grew up in Hyde Park. I visited Rimp Feeds for years, and I think that this is a hamlet that's really has been created with people visiting the feed store, and over many, many years, many decades, it's transitioned to an area of commerce, and so you have delis and pizzerias and different services there. So we have provided you with a lot of evidence indicating that this request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and is consistent with the neighborhood zoning district criteria. The other information that we provided to you is just photos of all the properties. Again, red being properties that are used for commercial, blue being properties that are being used for residential. So you can go through that at your convenience. And then we did provide you with a very lengthy narrative indicating how this request is consistent with the comp plan and consistent with the zoning code. So we can certainly go through that in greater detail, and happy to answer any questions that you have.
Does anyone have any questions?
I just had one. After the rezoning, the frontage, the older farmhouse that you see from the road, that aesthetically, that's not going to change, correct?
Correct.
So from the road, you would see no changes to the development that for the storage area in the back?
Correct. The house, that structure would remain as to be reutilized onto the project. Correct.
Excellent, thank you.
Will that be the offices?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Will that be part of your offices?
Correct. The proposal is to create an apartment for the office manager, so that's an incentive for someone to be able to work there, and then the first floor would be the office.
Have there been any DOT inquiries about the traffic there, the traffic light, with all the businesses that are there and the potential 25 apartments or resident units that will be there? Have you done anything like that to see how that would cause
not
issues
yet.
with traffic?
It's a good question. We will, certainly as part of the review before the planning board, if this project proceeds, there would be a coordination with the planning board and review of any traffic-related impacts.
Okay, very good. Looking forward to seeing that.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know if we heard back from the planning board on this either, in terms of any comments, but it makes sense then, to get that, because we'll have to coordinate the secret review as part of this as well. So I just put that out there to make sure everybody's aware that there's a process that we have to go through.
We did meet, thank you, Kyle, for bringing that up. We did meet with the planning board last week, and we made a presentation to them. I know the chair is here tonight for that liaison coordination. They were anticipating preparing some comments for you relative to the rezone to get back to the town board.
Great. Thanks.
Do we have those comments ready yet, or they're not done?
No, we haven't gotten them yet, but I'm sure they'll be forthcoming.
Correct.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do the same thing.
Same thing, yep, we'll keep it open until next month, and I take it no one had a comment?
Nobody had any comments.
All right, so my recommendation, Supervisor, is to adjourn the public hearing over to next month. And go from there.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's adjourned, it'll be moved over to, it'll still be open, and it will be moved to the October meeting.
Okay, very well, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, do we have any public comments on resolutions in town business only? Time limit, remember, is 3 minutes.
Okay, we have Cliff Perkins.
Didn't I just see you?
Hi, me Takola. That is Lakota for hello, my friends. That is one of the 12 languages that was used by the code talkers during World War II. We're doing everything we can to preserve that language today. My name is Cliff Perkins. I live at 21 Farm Lane. I want to thank the board for stepping up on our issues with the elevator. You showed kindness, and those people kind of really need it. They feel like they're left out, shoved to the side, not really looked at as true citizens of this community. They struggle through a lot in their life, and this gave them a bright light. It was a sense of kindness. Kindness is goodwill. Goodwill is valuable. Now, the reason I'm mostly here today for is about the 8/11/25 Hyde Park Town Hall meeting pertaining to the Highway Superintendent's verbal report concerning the Fawn Lane and Route 9 intersection. I have a couple statements made by the Hyde Park Superintendent. I did not do this word for word. I took the essence of the statement. The Highway Superintendent kept referring to Red Barn Road, not Fawn Lane. Response: the road that connects to 9 on the east side is Farm Lane. Red Barn Road, Apple Tree Drive, Stone Ledge Senior Apartments, Springwood Circle, Hyde Park Estates are all connected to Farm Lane. Farm Lane and Red Barn Road has 21 homes with an approximate population of 108. House count gotten from Google Maps. Apple Tree Drive has 15 homes with an approximate population of 35. House count gotten from Google Maps. Springwood Drive, Hyde Park Estates, has 21 apartments with an approximate population of 135. Apartment count gotten from counting mailboxes. Stone Ledge Senior Apartments has 94 apartments with an approximate... We okay there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. With an approximate population of 100. Apartment count gotten from the apartment numbers. Total population approximately 378. Statement 2. Stated that he had done an on-site look-see. Response: not aware of any documentation that may have been presented showing dates, times, durations, and locations of said observations. The best time of the year to do observations and monitoring of traffic patterns is when the schools are in session, not during the time of year when schools are closed and people are away on vacation. Statement number 3. The Highway Superintendent stated that lights and signage were of little to no value. That was the superintendent's personal opinion. My response: that statement is just plain ludicrous. Statement number 4. use the population of Keshler Drive on the west side of 9, using said population as an example of the population in that area. There is a population of 3 families, or approximately 6 people living on Keshler Drive. My response: the highway superintendent disregarded the population on the east side of 9 Farm Lane, which has an approximate population of 378. The impression I received from the highway superintendent's verbal report on 8/11/2025 at the Hyde Park Town Hall meeting is that the highway superintendent lacks the knowledge and is not properly equipped to understand the problems that exist concerning Farm Lane and the intersection of Route 9. The highway superintendent's verbal report is on YouTube, displayed for all to see, is at the end of the 8/11/2025 town board meeting. The highway superintendent's disregard for the residents of that community and the lack of knowledge concerning said intersection is visible and on display. The objective is to ensure that the citizens of the neighborhood affected by the Farm Lane and 9 intersections, both pedestrians and vehicles, can enter and exit safely during all seasons and all traffic conditions. I would appreciate having the Ward 2 chairperson, the representative from the Hyde Park area, take the lead in getting a properly documented evaluation of said intersection by a party that has knowledge and understanding of said traffic patterns of said intersection during all seasons, and those patterns affect, and how those patterns affect the communities that are serviced by Farm Lane on 9 intersection. I'm looking forward to this deficiency being corrected at the upcoming election cycle. My disappointment goes beyond belief because I know, I deal with the town board, and I know a lot of you people have known you for decades. You're good people. No, this does not fit the criteria of what this town and the way this board is to the rest of it. I'm wondering what other deficiencies he's come up with that have caused hazards. That's a problem. We've got Bellafield going in, we've got a cost going in, that's going to compound the problem. When the fair comes out, try to make a left turn. It's difficult. You can't get out because there's no sign saying don't block the road. They stack them up. So I decide I'm going to see what goes on. So I go down, I got to go north so I can get out to go south. Go up to the light, and I see the cars start spreading out as you get to 40. And then as you get back into 30, they're still a little spread up. They stack up because they go from 30 to 40 and then hit a light. And that leaves us in basically a lockdown at times. I've spent 15, 20 minutes sitting there at times because I wanted to see what it would take to get out. I've lived there for 2 years. I've got a little experience at this. So, okay. Now, one thing I'd like to discuss that's very close to my heart: Veterans Memorial Committee. I was on that committee in 04 and 05. They were in need of looking for to be able to get a new stone out there. And I put it in front of the board, and when I got a price, put it in front of the board, and they put aside $5,000 for that stone. I'd like to know if the Veterans Committee is still is aware of that, if those funds are still available, and if they are, could they be increased? And if they aren't, could they be reinstated with an increase, and to let them know? Because the gravings on the stones, we know, will have no end. So, Palamaya, that is Lakota for thank you.
Okay, we have James Sheedy.
Good evening. My name is James Sheedy. I'm a resident of Cardinal Road here in Hyde Park. I've been trying to reach out to my councilman of the 4th Ward, Don Pruzakowski, and town supervisor, Al Torgiani, for about a year via phone calls and email with no direct communication returned. I've been able to speak with the 3rd Ward councilman, John Lombardi, who has helped some insight about my issue, but he is not my councilman. So I'm here tonight with a formal complaint against the Cardinal Road Auto located at 191 Cardinal Road. This facility is not running the same business as it was once there. It is disguised to what was a pick and pull junkyard where you get a new bumper because Grandpa backed up into the garage door, or you get a used wheel for your tire, or a new door, and now is become an industrial scrap car crushing facility. Some of the highlighted items we are concerned with are the truck traffic that comes with running an operation like this, with lots of heavy tow trucks, triaxles, and 18-wheelers trying to navigate a curvy, windy residential road that was just paved. The noise that exits the property is extremely invasive to the neighborhood from excavators, loaders, material handlers, and car crushers rattling, banging, and moving. This can be heard before 7 a.m. and then throughout the day. According to the noise ordinance, they can start their operation before a homeowner can legally mow their lawn. There have been instances of deliveries of blacktop millings at 3, 4, 5 a.m., and the town noise ordinance cannot even be enforced because by the time the police arrive, the crime is over. And the complainant has to be compliant, making sure all their windows, doors are closed for the police to inspect and then listen to said noise. Lastly, this place has the potential to become an environmental impact to the neighborhood. In good faith, we rely on their own self-policing for reporting a spill of oil, gas, antifreeze, lead. So I took it upon myself to petition the neighborhood, and we've got 40 people that feel exactly what was just said. And remember, these people are voters. Thank you.
Just a second, sir. Before you go, can I ask how you attempted to reach me for a year with no response? Because I don't recall
I'd like to
receiving
know
it.
that too.
I don't recall seeing an email, and I've been on site to that location twice at requests from residents from Cardinal Road.
So I've
also
I've
had
emailed
DEC
you,
there 4
I've
times.
called here, and they've left messages. Nothing.
I
I've
don't
left
re-
my phone number here.
I don't recall receiving an email.
Well, then
from
that's
you.
a problem then within in the town hall then. If you guys aren't receiving the information from the constituents, that's a problem.
No, I've gotten emails from 2 other residents off of Cardinal Road, and I've done on-site
I've
inspections.
I've been able to communicate with John. I've been able to communicate with the highway superintendent. He got back to me in a half hour.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with getting back to residents for anything that has to do with that property. And they're actually not, they're under DEC regulation for those hazmat materials that you mentioned. As a matter of fact, they're in violation now of those, and they're being investigated for that. Also, our own, we filed something against them because the only thing in town, Ms. Moss actually updated me on this, the zoning administrator, because the only thing the town can be concerned with is the amount of mud and stuff coming off site onto the general road.
And the general road was just paved.
Yeah, so, and they were in violation of that, so they've been violated for that also.
You don't find it odd with the noises that come from this place? It's not the same. It's an
No,
industrial
Those
facility
were
now.
2, one of the residents says that they believe they use an excavator to actually crush the cars and slam the cars down.
And there's some type of other apparatus that's involved with it that compacts them, but the noise is invasive.
That's-
It is.
It must be horrible living on that road, because you're not the first person to say that.
It's not the same business. that was
Unfortunately,
once
our
there.
zone doesn't cover noise. That would go to the Hyde Park Police Department. They would determine the amount of noise, and especially under Code 75-4, I and J would refer to the heavy equipment noise. That would go through the Hyde Park Police Department.
So then they refer me to you guys.
Well, I explained to you the things that are under the control of the board, and the things that we file violations for.
So we can't change anything with the board here in the future?
These permits were issued when this business was sold by the prior board. I don't know what went on during those negotiations with this new business owner. And you're correct that that business started out as a pick-a-pull.
Yep.
And I believe once a year, they maybe brought in a portable crusher, took care of the cars, they let the local residents know, and there was nowhere near the type of noise that was gone
So
up
how
there.
can we, how can we find a solution here in this room with you guys to move forward with coming up with more solutions? How do we limit this?
Once they comply with New York State and they comply with local town code for keeping the site prep clean, noise, and you indicated what the police department notified you, and Chief Benson is here tonight, about what their limitations for notifying that.
It seems like everybody's limited in what they can do.
Unfortunately,
So
yes.
they're just treading
without-
water and nothing.
James, can I join you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening. So we've been dealing a lot with this junkyard as well, and a lot of the businesses in the town historically, when I was young, have turned over. Right, these businesses had sold. There's new owners, and a lot of these businesses aren't the same business as they used to be. As I ran around that junkyard when I was a kid and did the same thing, we pull windshield wipers off, windshield wiper motors, but there is excessive amount of traffic going in and out of that location. They drive by the police department every single day from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7, 8 o'clock at night, 2-3 cars on their flatbeds. We've reached out to the State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement. They've stopped them several times on St. Andrews Road, trying to make sure that the vehicles are safe coming across. The problem I think we're having with the noise ordinance is that, just like everything else when we went through the tow law, I think we need to revisit the noise ordinance because it went into effect, I believe, like 2008, 2010, somewhere in that range. A lot has changed in 15 years. So I think maybe if we can work with Kyle's office and look at the noise ordinance and see if there's ways that maybe we can close some of these gaps in the noise ordinance, because Mr. Sheet is right. The way the noise ordinance is written, you have to be in your home, all your doors closed, your windows up, and you have to be able to determine what is excessive noise. So I'm sure if I polled everyone on the board right now, you would all have a different definition of what excessive noise is, right? We don't live there like these poor residents do that live there, and they experience this all day long. I had patrols there this morning, 2 times this morning before 6 a.m. There was no noise heard from the trucks. And at one point, we saw the trucks stacking up at the mobile station until 6 a.m. before they went in because we were waiting there to issue them summonses. And even the way the noise ordinance is written, we have to give a warning before we can even issue a summons the first time. So they've gotten plenty of warnings. We have staff up there waiting, but I think the bigger issue, especially for our department, is maybe looking at this ordinance and see if we can close some gaps in that noise ordinance.
I mean, look, thanks, Chief, just to jump in on that, because I deal with a lot of towns, and I just want to, and I'm certainly up for the idea of looking at the noise ordinance. Maybe, I'm sure there's probably areas where it could be improved. That said, it's not a panacea, as you know. I mean, the noise ordinances historically on all the towns that I deal with, they're just very, very challenging to enforce for a lot of the reasons that you suggested, and also that was suggested as well. I mean, it's extremely hard, and you can't have it ambiguous where you can't just say excessive noise or noise it's got to
be a decibel.
It's got to be a decibel. And the problem you run into, and believe me, I've prosecuted noise. It's not fun. The problem you run into is you got to get there within the X number of feet that's going to particularly prescribed by the ordinance, and then take the particular reading. And the problem that happens 9 times out of 10, maybe 9 out of 100, is by the time the officer shows up, typically the perpetrator sees and then the noise stops.
Even during their daytime running hours,
Yeah.
this crushing facility, it's running 8-10 hours a day, 6 days a week sometimes. That is, again, that their type of business has changed
Yeah.
from what it was, and
So-
it's excessive.
So that's a separate issue which we also perhaps can look into. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on this, but I'm happy to work with Al and the board to see what we can do to resolve this problem from a legislative point of view. And there may be some other things as well, in addition to looking at the noise ordinance. But yeah, that's
That's why we put patrols up there at
Yeah.
5 a.m. to try to be there, so that way, if they do call, they're there within seconds, but, you know, they're also smart, and when they come into work, they see it sitting there, so.
It's
So we're
tough.
trying to do what we can do as far as
So
the
my
police
point
department
is,
goes,
it's
but-
not just, maybe we just don't look at noise. Maybe there's some other things in addition to that that we can look into that might be able to help this situation.
That's why we put the DEC all over them.
Yeah.
I mean, we can limit, post the hours, the commercial truck traffic. You're not even allowed on Cardinal Road until,
All that's going to require, all that requires a legislative fix. So it's not like the board can just pass a resolution and make that happen tomorrow. But there is, but in terms of that, it doesn't mean, you know, we shouldn't make whatever efforts we can to try to resolve it legislatively.
And Kyle, me and Howie have been up there numerous times. I mean, as you all know, Cardinal Road just got paved, and I think the overall cost is about $410,000 to pave that whole entire strip. The trucks and the truck traffic, we try to have everybody, in fact, Heisen's, that was down a little farther, they relocated their trucks. We went up and talked to the people at the junkyard and told them that we would like to see them go out on the Quaker Lane side because it's a shorter distance. But if you follow, me and the highway superintendent went up and we followed the pavement, a lot of the edges of the blacktop and the pavement is already destroyed. So when we came back and we talked to Tad, the other problem that we have is, unfortunately, this application it's a joint application. Not only is it an application with the town of Hyde Park, the DEC is also one of the applicants that review and everything. So they're handling a lot of the issues pertaining to all the millings being dumped there, all the stuff that's the illegal grading, all the illicit discharge. That's all DEC related.
Yeah.
So it's been an uphill battle. It really has.
Yeah.
I mean.
And they go fast.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Hanna. I live at 4 Kyle Court. I'm directly next in front of this unit, this business. So the gentleman that sold it is on my right, and there's another gentleman that lives on my left. When I say the noise is unbearable, catching them should not be an issue. It's all day. When I have people that visit my home, they think there was a major explosion or a car accident that hit our home or someplace near it. That's how loud it is all day long. And so trying to find or catch them should be very easy as far as when it comes to the noise. We see the trucks. You can't even get down the road. And the road is very windy, and those trucks are so large. And you have a lot of young new drivers that are using those roads. They're even practicing on them. And so I fear that something tragic is going to happen in addition to the noise. You can't get any sleep. My mother-in-law has Parkinson's. I mean, when do we sleep? If you're a night worker, you can forget it. It's just incredible. I mean, my backyard, it's right there. And I've called the police, and I guess they've tried to do what they can do. But can you imagine every half an hour somebody hitting a pole in front of your house? That's what it sounds like. It's, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, see, your code doesn't even have, doesn't even have a decibel threshold that I can find. It just has unreasonable, which is next to impossible to enforce. The code's got to be amended.
Hello, my name is James Galzakis. I live actually diagonal across from a junkyard. When they talk about noise, when they're dumping loaders of rims into a dumpster for an hour, the noise shakes the windows in my house. My windows are closed. With the trucks they were talking about earlier coming down with the millings at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, with the Jake brake coming down the hill, wake me and my family up. They're even talking about the water. The wells across from me, my neighbor Mike MacArthur. He has a lot of issues. He couldn't be here tonight.
Say with me.
With the water, worry about the wells. The water should be tested once a year, the soil should be tested once a year. The way they're getting rid of their antifreeze, their oil, and their transmission fluid is not legal by EPA laws. If you guys have been up there, you will see this. You need to go see this. Don't talk about it, go look.
I've been on that site twice.
Yeah, I know you've been up there twice. I've been up there 5 times. Okay, Bobby Miller's a great guy. Nothing against Bobby whatsoever. But he had a scrapyard. They have a crushing station. And as far as the crusher coming in once a month, no, they have their own crusher up there. They own their own crusher.
It's every day.
It's every day.
All day.
The noise shakes my house with the excavators. I could be in a vein in a rock line. When you use the excavators, it literally shakes my house. You have no idea. You have no idea. I've been here 15 years. It was great until they got here. I talked to Paolo the other day. I've talked to Ramon. I got run off the road, coming around a sharp turn, coming around Cardinal towards Crum Elbow. Run off the road 4 times. My son, my neighbor, my youngest son, same thing. I went up to complain to Ramon about my scratches in my truck. He goes, "Oh, you come up here looking for money?" I said, "I don't want your money. I'm just telling you what your drivers are doing. They're taking the turns too tight. Take it wider." They're supposed to come in on Cardinal with the trucks. 3 days ago, 4 days ago, track trailer comes in the other way, takes down Stretch Hudson line. All the power goes out again. Because they're not supposed to come in that way. You have a car crusher loaded with 20 cars coming in from Elbow all the way up Cardinal with the lines hanging low. Put the whole line down, blocked everybody out for hours. Something's got to be done about this. This is ridiculous, guys. Really. It's common sense. If any of you lived there, you'd be doing this right now. You would be. You'd be upset as we are.
No, I was on site when they were crushing.
You have to live there. Live across the street. With all due respect.
No, listen, I understand. I was only there a couple of minutes. I can't imagine what it's like to be there 24/7. The noise was incredible. From what I understand, there's geographically, there's a rock ledge that runs across that whole hill up there.
That's my point, right.
And all that noise and vibration gets transferred to your guys' house. I use the club down there at the bottom of the hill, and I can, even when I'm out there practicing, I can hear those trucks driving by there. Everything you guys saying is a valid point. I think that our next staff counselor brought up is we need to get some sort of a decibel level.
I thought it was 10 decibels.
I don't see it in your code.
I thought it was 10 decibels was the noise limit.
That,
And that's
10
well over
decibels, 10 decibels, it can't possibly, 10
No.
decibels.
No, it's New York State, your lawnmower.
85.
New York State's maximum is 85.
Yeah, 10 decibels is nothing. It's gotta be, typically you see somewhere between like 85 or something like that, but Chief, correct me, I don't see a decibel thing in your code.
No.
So
there's
right now,
probably not, yes.
right now, your code is unenforceable. And number one. Number two, the penalties need to be enhanced too. It's
Yeah,
only
these are
it's
cheap
only-
fines, like, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's only $100 but that's nothing. So Chief and I will take a look at this. I can assure you, I'll work with the town board. We'll get a draft together and do what we got to do to strengthen the noise.
Is there a sound ordinance 10 p.m. at night to 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning?
There's a sound, but the problem is it's not the time period. It's the fact that you have an ambiguous definition that doesn't define what unreasonable.
Well, I
noise
thought
is.
after 10 o'clock there was a sound ordinance. Is that? I'm asking you.
No, there is. Yeah, there's a time
Okay,
period.
so,
Yeah.
and that's supposed to start business till 8 o'clock, but they can start at 7?
No, their site plan is under the old site plan, it's 6 o'clock start time over there.
Yeah.
Where can we
So
get their
the
site
grandfather
plan?
in.
That would have to be changed too.
Yeah, well, you
These are all
You
laws.
can't change that.
They're all
can't change,
laws.
this is on their approved site plan.
You can't change that.
You can't change that.
From
That's
day
His
one.
grandfather and
From-
Bobby Miller, way
it's
back when.
grandfather-
I
yeah,
got you. I understand that.
Yeah.
I got
Now,
it.
I went up there, I think what you're hearing a lot of times too is the way they dismantle a car. They
Oh, no.
lift it and drop it.
Yes. Well,
Lift it and drop it.
you see the
All
way
right.
they pull the fluids out. If you actually watch
Yep.
them do it,
That's why.
that's against
we-
EPA laws. I know
The first
EPA.
What
thing
did
we
you see?
did was we
What, can I
notified
ask what you saw
DEC
them?
to get to the
Did you
and
see them
then
like just drain them out
EPA.
onto the ground? What did you see when they
They're
were doing
supposed
it?
to drain into a tank.
Yes.
And they don't. They drain into barrels, you put the barrels aside. If you went up there, there's oil, transmission fluid, antifreeze everywhere.
No, I've been
It goes into a big tank, right?
I've been
You
up
guys
there.
made them put in, the big
No,
tank.
I've been there numerous times, and what you're saying, I second guess you, due to the fact is that DEC made 4 or 5 surprise
He's
inspections.
talking about Charles, I know him.
And in fact, DEC, that's the lead agency for this, they made them put in a concrete pad area to collect all this
Right.
fluid. And
Right.
they did that, and in fact, it wasn't added to the site plan, but they did it, and they said, listen, the DEC wants that done. So we let them do it because they're more compliant.
Oh, yeah, I remember, I know all
But-
about this, John, I do.
Yeah, no, so the
Yeah.
DEC, the
Yes.
problem, I think our biggest problem is, Kyle, the DEC has more authority than we do, and to get them to get off their, it's tough. This is what we're battling. Don, you got the overlay of what happened with Tad. She's been sending notices, and in fact, LaBella is their engineer of record, and we got letters that basically said, the road needs to be swept. There can't be no mud. There can't be this.
The
And-
road's too small. I mean,
no, and then we get a
18-wheelers
letter from LaBella that says, okay, the means and methods is the guy's gonna sweep the road before the end of each workday, and we say, no, that's not acceptable. We're going back and forth. We can't gain any traction.
Excuse me, I heard the road was 600,000, you said 410,000.
Yeah.
You guys spent a lot of money on this road.
Yeah.
Did you guys
And
see
it's
the
getting
damage
destroyed.
on the road?
Oh, yeah,
Like
we
the
know
road
it.
south
That's the
In
biggest-
front of the junkyard, the way they're destroying this road?
They've took it upon themselves to put an ad to the town road with millings and gravel because the trucks are too big
To pull
to
out.
even
Yeah.
negotiate the turn into the business.
Well, they're riding in the center because
On the
they
shoulder.
ran me off the road when I went up there.
And you can
'Cause
see
I
they've
did
added their own
that thing
shoulder.
at night, so instead of going to my house straight up Carmel, I went up and it was late. I went up there and there was a truck coming down. He came on that sharp turn coming down.
That's what I was talking about.
He was
yes.
in dead center and I'm like, oh my God. I had to go off the road, back on the road. So, I mean, we're
Just
trying to.
remember, there's school buses too.
I know, that's it.
Yeah, but keep in mind, we also did find out that each one of the vehicles owned by the junkyard, not the crushing facilities and everybody else, they all have cameras in the trucks, and they're all videoed, because when there was an accident on Quaker Lane and they said that they caused it with the school bus, they didn't cause it. They supplied the video that somebody passed their truck, and then the car was coming the other way, and he tried to get back in the lane and hit one of their trucks. But they do have cameras in all of
Oh, yeah,
them.
no, I know
If
that.
anybody has any situation or any problem, if they call here immediately, we can reach out to the chief and see if he can go up there and instantaneously see if he can obtain that video, which all their trucks have it, so.
No, I know, Bobby told me about this. I
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah.
But
And
there was a
I'll
lady
give-
who had a wire taken down, her electrical
I'll
wire
give
taken
all of you
down.
my personal cell, and you call me directly. You know, we have been working on this, it's just a real pain. And it's a
Yeah.
double-edged sword, but we do have to write something stronger and with definitely bigger fines. That's how we got to the elevator people, we fined them thousands and thousands of dollars, and they showed up, and it's done, it's reopened.
You know, understand that a lot of money comes into town for their taxes and everything, but if they could have, bigger stipulations on what they do and how they do things, and the water's a big issue with a lot of people there, the pollution of the water. Because if you saw the stuff coming in the creek, I know it's runoff from the road, but that creek actually goes into a big, huge pond on my property, which feeds a lot of animals, and the thing is filled
Has
with
that been
fish.
tested?
It was tested 3 years ago.
No, the DEC was up there, they
Yes.
Yeah,
took
'cause
pictures of
that's how I
everything.
got
Charles
the gun
did that.
club.
Yeah, they were.
We got the gun club from shooting lead through trees, and it went into the stream beds, and we're an MS4 town, so everything flows down to the Hudson River. But we got them by getting them tested, and there was too much lead in there. That's what was the problem. Old days, they used to
Right.
skeet shoot.
But shouldn't the gun club, the junkyard have to pay for soil testing and water testing per year just for peace of mind for the people around them? Shouldn't they have to pay for that? Why should we have to pay for it?
I'm not
'Cause
sure.
we have to.
No.
I'm not sure what DEC regulation is for that.
I mean, maybe monitoring wells to baseline them and say, hey, you are at
There's-
zero, and in future
There's a
years,
list of
you're.
discharge, there's a list of discharge
Right, so
points
that's-
on the
yes.
site plan. They do, in the DEC list, they supposed to be monitoring that.
Is that public information? We could actually go online and find
Well,
this?
Tad just gave Don just a summary of what's going on, but the DEC has more gusto than we got.
Oh, I know, John.
because,
Yeah, I understand
that's
that. Yeah.
all them millings, there's thousands of yards of millings.
Oh, I know.
piled.
They
All
tossed
the
them by.
contours of the road and the grades of everything where they had cars have all changed. It's a mess. It really is. It
So
really is.
where should we go from here?
Well, if Kyle wants to look at the noise stuff, I think the noise thing is only the tip of the iceberg. I think somebody's got to really dig into the fat of everything that's going on and somebody's got to put their finger on it, put a little more pressure.
We'll look into the noise thing. I don't know what pressure's been put on DEC, but that's where a lot of this is gonna be.
lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, we gotta, continue to continue to deal with them. Maybe we can do another strongly worded letter from the town supervisor to DEC on this. And then in the meantime, I'll work with the chief on revising the noise ordinance that gives it some teeth.
Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Oh, I have a question, Kyle.
Weight limits on there, like.
I was
we
gonna
did
say
on
weight
the road.
limits.
That'll stop.
We can't, we had that discussion already. The problem is that facility is pre-existing non-conforming. You can't deny them for bringing their trucks in.
Yeah, but can we limit them on the hours that they can even drive on it? Like
Their hours-
before, like
their
you're not
hours
allowed
of
to
their-
drive up at 3
Their
a.m.
site plan of hours of operation are already approved.
And, yeah, but they're from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Why not say from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.? You can't bring a triaxle up that road then.
I think it's gonna be, you could ask Kyle, but I think we started digging into that a little bit.
Dump trailer, whatever.
Well, if a sound ordinance is 10 p.m. and a track trail comes down the road at 2 a.m., the Jake brake, which is loud.
No, I know. In fact, I
That
had
wakes
to,
everybody up.
I had, when Jim used to call me, I had the chief go, have a cop car go sit there.
I'm sure.
And of
I'm
course,
sure he did.
they're the nights or the mornings that they didn't dump.
Yeah,
And
of
when we
course.
weren't there,
Yes.
they dumped, you know, it's, you know how it works.
Yeah, I do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Do me a favor,
Absolutely,
send
thank
me
you.
another email.
Did you wanna
Just
hand
say,
in
hey,
the
you know, this is from the meeting, so I know I'm receiving your emails, please, and I'll answer you back.
Did you want to give Don or the board
I'll
your
make copies and I'll
petition?
give it to you. This is my only hard copy, but
Oh,
we got, I mean, I can get more signatures, but right now we got about like 40 people
All right.
that are
No,
passionate
you
about
you
this.
proved your point. No, you don't have to waste your time with, listen,
Well,
we're
you
trying
guys are
to.
obviously aware
Well,
of
you
this,
want
so.
to know what
God's
residents you
trusting
want to
you.
get in touch with.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thanks a lot, appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, if John, do you have everything else? That's what they're about to.
You won't miss me on that one.
Yes.
Because when you got construction going on, it could backfire.
Okay, that's the end of, at least the comments list. Is there any other?
Is there any
Anyone
other
else?
comments?
Okay.
Okay. Move to resolutions. All right, Mark.
Resolution 98-1 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park personal assistant to execute an agreement nunc-pro-tunc with the Ethan Allen Staffing for temporary personal services.
Second.
Second.
Clerk, please read the vote.
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Perskowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Motion carried.
Resolution 98-2 of 2025, resolution to acknowledge the resignation of Barbara Hobens as the Town of Hyde Park Shade Tree Commission chairperson.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Perskowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Motion carried. Greg?
Resolution 983 of 2005. Resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to reappoint Brian Wolseley to the Town of Hyde Park Board of Assessments Review.
May I have a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please read the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Perskowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Please note that I am not 20 years younger. It's 2025.
Noted.
Oh,
Resolution 98-4 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Supervisor to execute an employment extension agreement for the Town of Hyde Park Police Chief Robert J. Benson.
May I have a second, please?
second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Perskowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Motion carried.
Resolution 98-5 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to approve vacation carryover for the Town of Hyde Park personnel assistant Heidi Peters.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Perskowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Motion carried.
Resolution 98-6 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to approve vacation carryover for the Town of Hyde Park Planning Board Secretary Cynthia Whitman.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Perskowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani.
Aye. Motion carried.
Resolution 98-7 of the year 2025. Resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to approve vacation carryover for Town of Hyde Park Zoning Administrator Kathleen Moss.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-8 of 2025, resolution amending Resolution 811-10 of 2025 to accept a petition pursuant to Local Law Number 1 of 2025, Chapter 1 of the Town Code entitled General Provisions, and set a public hearing to amend the resolution to reflect the change of the public hearing date.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-9 of 2025, resolution amending Resolution 12-5 of 2025, authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to appoint the 2025 Town Board liaisons for the town and community, to amend the resolution to reflect the change to replace John Lombardi with Ward 3 Councilmember Gregory Campus, and to add hazard mitigation to the list.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Oh, sorry.
Liz got it. Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-10 of 2025, resolution amending Resolution 518-5 of 2015, authorizing the town supervisor to execute the government banking supplemental collateral agreement with TD Bank N.A. to reflect a change to include TD Digital Express check scanner services.
May I have a second on it, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-11 of 2025. Resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Board to approve budget revisions to the Town of Hyde Park 2025 budget. Budgets revisions number 2025-09-08-A.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-12 of 2025, resolution authorizing the submission of the 2025-2026 grant application for the Justice Court Assistance Program, JCAP, for the Town of Hyde Park Justice Court.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-13 of 2025, a resolution approving the planning board referral of the height variation request to building 3100, 3200, 3300, and 3400 within the Belfield Development Project.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-14 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to authorize the release of a street opening bond to Alt Excavating and Construction, property location 5 Lee Street, Statsburg, New York 12580.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Priscassi?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torchiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-15 of 2025. Resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Town Board to authorize the release of a street opening bond to Reese Management Corp., property location number 29, 44, and 47 Partridge Hill Road, Hyde Park, New York 12538.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-16 of 2025, resolution approving a memorandum of understanding or an MOU between the Town of Hyde Park Police and the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office to enter into a shared public safety mutual aid agreement.
May I have a second, please?
Aye, second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-17 of 2025, a resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Police Sergeant Alec Randau to attend the New York State Canine Association's annual Police Work Dog Seminar on September 15th, 2025 through September 19th, 2025, located at the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Canine Facility.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-18 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Police Dispatcher Derek Byrne to attend the Tyler Technologies Public Safety New York Users Group Annual New World Police Software Training on October 29, 2025 through October 30th, 2025, located at the Genesee Community College in Batavia, New York.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 9819 of 2025, resolution authorizing the Town of Hyde Park Supervisor to provide a letter of support for the Calvert Vox Presentation Alliance, that's CVPA, for grant funding from Parks and Trails, New York.
May I have a second, please?
Second?
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Resolution 98-20 of 2025, resolution to acknowledge the resignation of Town of Hyde Park Provisional Full-Time Municipal Secretary Janet Almasi.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried.
Added at the dais, Resolution 98-21 of 2025, a resolution retaining Nunk-Pro-Tunk Request Environmental to provide asbestos monitoring services for the house demolition at 563 North Quaker Lane.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Councilman Prine?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mosqueda?
Aye.
Councilman Campus?
Aye.
Councilman Prisakowski?
Aye.
And Supervisor Torgiani?
Aye, motion carried. This has been, what? 2-3 years already? Well, 4 years, actually, we finally got it. Great. Okay, any new or old business?
I've got an update for the Densmore Golf Course.
Yes?
So the firm came back, it's like 60% done, I believe, from the last email I was on. And it's projected to be, I think it was between $10 and $15 million to correct the flooding in Statsburg from the water draining off the golf course, which, if I remember the email right, it was because it's not feasible because the amount of money that is potentially being lost does not equate to the cost of the project. Is that correct? Did I read that right? So we're looking into other ways that we could help mitigate the flooding in Statsburg. It might look like adding culverts or making larger pipes that go underneath driveways and through the driveways. So we're looking into that now.
Anyone else have anything?
Yes, I do. I've been working with the board and Chief Benson concerning our traffic and speed,
in the town of Hyde Park. And we've been using one of the vehicles to slow traffic down in areas. We're on 9G, East Dorsey, and now we're in the village on Route 9 by the fire department. As I drive through town, I do see people slowing down, and I appreciate the work of Chief Benson and the police department of moving that vehicle around and helping all of our citizens out on the roadway. And we'll be looking for more places to place that decoy car, so it won't be seen in one place and people will get used to it and say.
And you don't know when someone's in it.
And actually, one of the last places, a couple of tickets have been written. They've sat up there and people fly by and boom, they got pulled out on and stopped.
And just to update everyone, I do sit on the Dutchess County Traffic Committee, and we were walking Pine Woods Road, both ends, and all of Pine Woods Road to make sections and decisions on what may be accomplished over there. The county has a plan over, I guess, 20 years, but to reevaluate all of the county, but they're looking at Hyde Park, and there's been more than 25 accidents. They got all the information from Chief Benson. It looks like Pine Woods at the end, where the county is responsible, they're looking to design a new turnoff there to square it off, because a lot of accidents have been there. They're also looking at some of the other roads within the town of Hyde Park, and we will be making suggestions on what we could do on the Hyde Park, the town end, and we're getting some feedback on what they're planning on doing on the county level. So that has not stopped, and it's very positive what they're doing. I have some diagrams, been looking at them as I'm on the committee. It's been 4 years now, so finally got to us.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, does anybody else have anything? No? May I have a motion to adjourn? Whoop. Anything from the legislative chief of staff?
Yeah, there's several things going on, yes. Thank you.
Yes, you can answer.
A couple things going on. The first thing is we did receive a petition from the neighbors over in the Horns Park area. It was generated by Joanne Lown, and it was submitted to the clerk several weeks ago. It's pertaining to property owner maintenance. We have a property over there that has some shrubs that are overgrown. We reached out to the person on numerous times. They did trim them back a little bit, but we are having a lot of problems with people not doing their property maintenance and taking care of their shrubs. We did put a new law on the books that, we are going to start sending letters out and start enforcing this, because now what the school buses are out and about and the bus stops, if there's trees or shrubs, or in this situation, shrubs were overgrown by like 3 feet in the road, it's a hazard. People cannot see coming around the bends, sight visibility is limited, and it's problematic. We did talk to this homeowner, they did cut the trees back. I can assure the people on Horns Park Road there are other letters going out to this property owner, so that moving forward, these trees or shrubs are going to be removed, or they're going to cut back even more considerably, so that we can ensure the safety for the people passing in that neighborhood. So that's addressed. In regards, we had another gentleman, Ron Morris, down on 24 Pond Court. He called in regards to Pond Court Road, or the Endikill subdivision, and the Kyle Burnett from Vanderwater, and Vanderwater is working, and of course, we're in legal action with that developer so that we can hopefully secure some funds to pave the road. But his email to the supervisor a week or so ago was, hey, I talked to the builder or developer, and it looks like you guys are going to be, somebody's going to be paving the road in the near future. I'm excited. That is not the case. This winter, that road is not going to be paved. It is still in the developer's hands. It's going to be the developer's responsibility to maintain that road as far as snow plowing, ice maintenance. So we're just going to keep an eye on it, and Kyle Burnett's going to keep his finger on it so that if there's any problems during the winter, we're going to address them. 563 North Quaker Lane. I know it's been a sore subject, and Mr. Segrest and Goldens and everybody up in that neck of the woods. We did pass a resolution, and we are moving in and mobilizing Dan's Heavy Hauling and Wrecking to demolish the house that's located on 563 North Quaker Lane. All the contracts, all the insurance stuff is in here with the town. It should take a couple days to demolish that house and get it cleaned up. There's no cost to the taxpayers. We are taking the fee that the contractor and Quest, the air monitoring persons that's doing, and our engineering fees, and we are going to be putting on the tax bill, and the county is going to reimburse us within 30 days of when our bill is submitted to them. So that's going to be a good task that we're going to kind of get rid of. It's been an eyesore up in that neck of the woods forever. And as far as Stone Ledge, as everybody knows, the supervisor in the building department was out there with the elevator. We are trying to be as polite as we can to all people. As everybody knows, we try to support small businesses, but that situation over there kind of got out of control. The poor people on the second and third floors. We talked to people that had lung cancer. And we talked to somebody that had brain cancer. We talked to somebody that's going for dialysis. And I tell you, it's heartbreaking to find out that these people can't use the elevator to come and go as they want. We're putting a little thumb pressure on them. We're going to get that mess cleaned up. And I'm hoping that the Conifer group is going to, down the road, consider that, listen, when something needs repairs or needs replacement, it should be done, and it should be done immediately. We're not, in the town of Hyde Park, we're not going to tolerate it.
The elevator is up and running.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have been asking for a long time. I know many years as far as taking in credit. Why we don't have any credit card terminals and any credit card capability here to pay your tax bill, to pay for your building permit fee or whatever. We just passed a resolution with TD Bank. TD Bank is going to provide us with terminals here in the town. September 15th, they are going to do the setup of the terminals and training to all the employees so that we can have the capability of taking credit cards and taking credit card transactions, which that helps a lot of people. Keep in note that where these credit card terminals are, there is going to be signage. Whatever fee is associated with that, using that credit card, would be passed on to the credit card user, not the town of Hyde Park. So that takes care of that. As you know, we ordered 4 new trucks for the highway department. We ordered 2 a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we ordered another 2 back to back because our equipment is in need of replacement. A lot of the trucks are 20 to 25 years old. We got word the other day from Howie that two of the 4 trucks are going to be coming in within the next several weeks, and they're going to be going to Amthor's so that we can get the bodies and plow setups on them. So hopefully by December, we're going to have some newer equipment to get out and plow the roads. That's 2 of the 4. The other 2 are supposed to be right piggyback behind it, which we'll get them fitted and get them into the fleet so that the highway guys got good equipment to use and dependable equipment. So I also like to thank Howie and all the guys at the highway department for all their paving and their hard work. I know that they've been out doing a lot of paving work. They just finished up Kelly Circle, and tomorrow I believe they're going to do a little drainage work on Idlewild Drive. So I'd like to thank them guys to try to, for getting all the heavy work done prior to the school bus hitting the road. They did a phenomenal job. With that being said, Union Cemetery, Greg Campus has a list to read. A while back, as everybody knows, the town inherited the Union Cemetery, and we had or we discovered that there was a lot of plaques or people that had plaques that were veterans that weren't recognized, and they were thrown in the closet. And when we had one of our new secretaries going in there and sorting through files, we found boxes of stuff that was hidden behind brooms and stuff, and there was 10 or 12 plaques that were not put on gravestones. And these were veterans or people, and Greg's going to read the names. We had, with the support of the highway, with the support of the supervisor, we had permission to have, Brian Berrien and the Poughkeepsie Rural Cemetery Gang come down and help us, because we thought that it would be very important and it needed to be done immediately to recognize these people and get these plaques put where they belong. So Greg, if you would please read the names of them people so that their families are recognized, I would appreciate it.
Yes, I'd be proud to. Richard Alvin West. Gerald H. Secor. Webster Robert Kipp. Dirk Vanakoy. Robert B. Riley. Clyde Nelson Purdy. Raymond C. Corey. William C. Peters. Dorothy Dixon. And Lawrence Williams. God rest their souls.
So then plaques are installed, and we're hoping that the family, can go out and take a look at seeing what we've done, and hopefully this point moving forward, that hopefully this will never happen again. But like I said, we inherited this, and the supervisor made it priority number one to make sure them plaques were installed. For the people down on the Fall Creek water system, that's 79 East Dorsey Lane, that's a trailer park that people have been calling for many years and complaining about the water. The water system has been tested today. A lot of the equipment's been going through a regen cycle. The water operator's there and is sending water samples off to the health department, and as soon as we get the okay from the water samples, we're looking within the next 2 weeks to fire that system up so that the people over there at the Lakeshore properties and 79 East Dorsey Lane have good drinkable water, which they deserve for a long time now, and it's a long time coming. So we're near the finish line. The next thing in our budget this year, which we didn't get to, but there was the existing pole barn at the highway department it has a dirt floor. And in this year, we put in the budget to pour a concrete floor, and now that we have some new trucks coming, we're making a priority to, within the next month, put that project out for bid so that that floor can be poured in the pole barn, so that when these new trucks come, they're up on a good concrete floor and not sucking moisture and dirt, and so we're excited about that. Also, this month goes out for bids, the rear entrance of the town hall. We have a stairs and the ramp that's the existing rear entrance. Now that the front entrance is open and handicap accessible, we are putting the small ramp and stairs out for bid to redo the construction over there so that the people can walk in and the employees can walk in safe without tripping and breaking an ankle. That's been a long time coming, so that's in the works to go out for bid also. The next thing is Dutchess County Wastewater submitted something so that all the residents would know on September 30th and October 2nd. The Dutchess County Wastewater is holding a public hearing at the Roosevelt Station 3 at 5:30 to discuss with the public along Route 9, which is from Dutchess Estates to Falk Hill Road, South Cross Road, and a few parcels in the 9G area, Falk Hill Road, North Quaker Lane from Falk Hill to 581 North Quaker, a water main interconnection project that connects our water system from Quaker Hill Estates water to the Hyde Park Regional Water System. Dutchess County Wastewater is looking to create a zone of assessment of all the parcels along this interconnection route that is not already otherwise in the zone of assessment. So that meeting is September 30th and October 2nd at the Roosevelt Station 3. And this is going to be posted, so if anybody's in that vicinity and wants to get more information, please come to that meeting because they're getting close to making things happen. The two other things is we have a Hyde Park Community Day coming up over to Hackett Hill. All the residents are invited, all the local elected officials will be there, and there'll be everybody will be handing out, and there's there's JD Dance, there's Bouncy House, there's a lot of fun. So for the Hyde Park Community Day, please come out. The last thing I have is over on Creek Road intersection, or Creek Road in Dorsey Lane. The four-way stop has been problematic for a while, and we just got a response back from the county. They did their own traffic study because Chief Benson was happy enough to give us supporting accidents and reoccurrence of fender benders that's been going on there. It seems like the people coming down Dutchess Hill or up Dutchess Hill always blow through the stop signs, and we've been having a lot of T-bone accidents over the last couple of years. I think we had 24 or whatever. We gave that information to the county, and with the support of Will Truitt and Bob Belkine and a little pressure from Sue Serino, the county is re-looking at that intersection, and at bare minimum, the east-west directions of Dutchess Hill, they're going to be installing 2 brand-new stop signs with LED flashing lights, so that hopefully that will get everybody's attention and make the stop before going through the intersection. That's all I got. Thank you.
That's good. Okay. If nobody has anything else, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.